Hello, fabulous superstar Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of July 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is, and it truly is amazing. It is big, but what starts now isn't going to end now. We have a rare continuation of energy that's going to be fully resolved next month. And what is it? What is it that starts now? Eclipse season. That's what it comes down to. Now, normally you get two eclipses back to back, about 2 weeks apart, and it opens up a time where the ancients said that the veil between the worlds was especially thin. So basically, I think of this time as where you're able to see your spiritual learning, you're able to see how karmicness is playing out in your life. You're able to see how the changes that are happening in some way are actually good, are part of aligning you with a higher, more loving vision for your life. So that first eclipse that takes place is going to happen right around the 12th of the month. And it is one that is supremely aspected. It is having supremely harmonious conversations with Neptune and Jupiter, setting up what is called a grand trine. So this is essentially supremely harmonious energy. It is energy of blessing, of healing, and of possibility. At this time, Jupiter will actually be standing still in the sky and moving forward. And what that says to me is that the energies of Jupiter are that much more magnified at this time, adding that element of good fortune that much more. And then we have Pluto standing across from this eclipse as well. Now, that energy of Pluto is going to add intensity, certainly, but also transformation. For you, this eclipse is happening in a really lovely part of your sky. It has to do with a few things. One is flirtation and romance. I'll talk about love a little bit later in this video. The other part of this has to do with children. So whether it's children you want or children that you have, this is a type of energy that says you could very surprisingly find yourself with child. That can absolutely happen with this. I've seen it happen with people a few times with this. It was the last thing they wanted, the last thing they thought of, the last thing they thought would happen, and then it happened. So that can happen with this energy. The other part of it is, of course, children you have. And so this can be a time where it feels very much like there is a new beginning that's going to put them on a path towards greater possibilities. This part of the sky also has to do with creativity as well. And so your creativity should be especially high if you are someone who is an artist or uses your creativity in some way to your advantage professionally or otherwise. This can be a time of a big break, if you will. Now, this part of the sky, in addition to all this, also has to do with really taking a risk and having it pay off really nicely. So it looks like if there is a risk that you're taking at this time, of course, it could be something as simple as a lottery ticket, because gambling is covered here. Now, as I like to always remind you, don't bet the farm. Do not bet the farm. And what that means is you always want to go into an energy of where it is that you're, placing a wager with a sense that, you have so much, like it's okay. You have so much already. Whatever happens, happens. You're going to be okay, with that connection to an energy of abundance. And you can't really do that if you feel like, oh my God, if I lose this, I'm going to lose everything. And you don't want to put yourself in that energy. So don't bet the farm. But yeah, around this eclipse, maybe get a lottery ticket. Wouldn't be a bad idea. The other thing, of course, there are other ways that we bet on our lives and we bet on ourselves by trusting our instincts, trusting our intuition, taking a chance with our creativity, being willing to put ourselves out there in order to show our creativity, in order to ultimately better our circumstances. That's the kind of energy that we have here, actually working very much in your favor. Now, I would also say this part of the sky has to do with rags to riches. So that could happen in some way, whether it's actual monetary prosperity, emotional, spiritual. This is where wonderful turnarounds can happen that feel like a true lift takes place for you. Now, as we move towards the later part of the month, just 2 weeks later, we are going to have the second eclipse. And it is this eclipse that is a little bit different in tone. Okay, it is one that is happening very close to Mars in the sky. And Mars, of course, is retrograde all month. And it is also going to be speaking with Uranus. This eclipse is a lunar eclipse. So it represents closures, closing karmic ties, ending karmic chapters. and knowing what it is that has served its purpose in your life. And this eclipse is happening in a part of the sky that has to do with karmic closures as well. It has to do with knowing what has served its purpose in your life, but also creating space for the new and the next to enter your life. And that's part of what makes it truly that much more exciting as well. So what I'm seeing here is just a lot stirring within your soul. It could be just as simple as restlessness. It could be that your dreams are very vivid at this time. It could also be a sense within you that, something's got to change, but not knowing where to put your finger on it. I do want to say that this can be a time of very sudden and quick illumination. And what I mean by that is if something, you didn't realize that you were doing, or something you didn't realize that you did, and in a moment you realize it. It can also be that if there's something that you are not aware of at this moment that has been kept from you, information that has been kept from you, this is where things can come out. Like at the very least, this is what you didn't know, now you know. So that can ultimately be something that is good, that does move you towards greater love and greater wisdom. But keep in mind, there's a difference between the information and how you get that information. And just the way the information finds you could be a little bit surprising. So just know that. This is a part of the sky as well that has to do with the habits we don't realize we have that may not be good for us, that in some way undermine us. So this can be anything from, the way that we think and patterns we hold, and it can be something that we're actually doing. But this can be a powerful time of all of a sudden realizing what it is that you have been doing and that you don't need to do it anymore as part of your journey towards greater love and greater wisdom. Now, I promised to come back to love. I think love is going to be so nice for you this month, I must say. There's good things happening in love. First of all, right around the eclipse, Venus will move into your opposite sign. This tends to be really good for love. This is a placement that says, if you are open to meeting someone new, the chance of you attracting someone with real long-term potential seems especially strong. If you are someone who is in an established bond, you just feel like your partner is that much more loving and that much more generous towards you, which can be a really beautiful energy as well. But of course, that eclipse, as I said, it has to do with flirtation and romance and, the desires of your heart and enjoying your life and allowing that to be part of how love finds you. Well, if you are open to meeting someone new, you will be getting your flirt on at that first eclipse we are going to have this month. And it looks like it is a deeply transformative experience you may have with another person. There could be a very strong attraction with another person that feels almost like it propels you towards them, almost like a fated attraction. Now, the long-term potential, well, look, I like that Venus is in your opposite sign. That's indicating that there may be long-term potential there, but at the very least, with the eclipse, you will have a transformative and memorable moment. If you are someone who is in an established bond, again, that romantic energy, absolutely you can use it around the eclipse. Now allow this to be romantic surprises and delights and intensity of connection with your partner. Absolutely, these are the things that can come up for you as we get to the middle of the month. What I love about this month for you is that eclipse season will not be over, right? We have a rare series of 3 eclipses taking place, and the first one and the second one take place this month, but the third one happens next month. So we have this extended 1-month cycle of eclipse season. You will be able to be that much more connected to seeing how wisdom is playing out in your life, how love is playing out in your life in so many ways. And as you move through not only these energies, but move through your heart and into your spirit and psyche, there in all of that, you will find something that is true, something to celebrate, something that is real, and something rather eternal about you. And that is, of course, your connection to spirit. You are one of the zodiac most plugged into source. And this is a time when that connection is going to come to the forefront for you and bless your life. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for it. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.